Hey everyone, my name is Donald, and if you're new with us, go ahead and subscribe below and click the bell to get our notifications for every time we upload a new video. Let's go ahead and hop in here. So right now we have our WooCommerce site, and we have our featured products right here. As you can see, we have all of our categories at the top. We have our titles, review, and then the price. If we hover over top of it, we have the quick view, which if clicked on, we can go ahead and get a nice little pop-up of a little bit of information about this product. We have some sale tags here on the ones that are on sale. And then we basically have this great looking interface. This is all done styling wise through the theme, which is Astra. And then let's show you how we've gone ahead and implemented this onto the site. So in our Elementor page builder, if we go to the featured products, and we click on this, we see that it's done by a shortcode. Featured products, 4 columns, and it's limited to 8 products. Now, if you're unsure of how to use shortcodes, then this might be very difficult for you to do. So let's show you a much easier way to configure exactly how you want this to look. Let's go ahead and search for product on the WooCommerce, on the Elementor page builder elements. And from there, we have basically the exact same thing that we've had before, already set up. This is the default settings right here. Now let's go ahead and style these and show you what some of these features can actually do. Underneath of general, we have skin. Right now, we only have 2 skins, but we are going to be adding more skins so that it has more different looks for each page or for each website that you are building. So we have modern and we have classic. The classic has the classic add to cart button at the bottom, and then the modern has a more minimal feel, and then when you hover over top of this, you get the quick view and the add to cart button right here, which I'm a big fan of. Underneath of that, we have the layout, which is a great option, which we have right here, the 8 setup. And then we have a carousel option, which allows us to go ahead and navigate through all of our products that we've selected, which is great if you're doing a homepage featured products section where you have a few products. And then if you wanted to showcase a few other things specifically, this would be a great option for that. And we're going to go through both of those in detail. So for the grid options, we have the ability to choose the columns and the products per page. Now in the shortcode, it said column 4 and limit 8, which is the exact same thing as this. It's just more of a click and select option. So we could do a 4 column, 3 columns, 2 columns, 5, whatever you want to choose for that. 4 columns seems to be the most standard. And then the products per page. So on our homepage, we don't want to bombard our client with too many products on this page. So we want to go ahead and limit this to either 4 or 8, depending on what your column setup is. If you have a 3 column setup, maybe limit it to only 6 so that it's even. And then we have the abilities to go ahead and choose more products per page if you're going to use this on a shop page. So let's go ahead and we'll keep this at 4 and 8. Let's go ahead to query. So we have an option to pick our source. So we have all products, custom queries, and manual selections. So this is great. So all products, it's just going to show all the products that you have on your website. The custom query is going to allow you to filter out with categories and tags. So we can match the categories, or we can exclude categories. So it'll show all categories except for the ones that we choose. For example, exclude categories. We don't want to show men's shoes at all. So let's go ahead and search for men's shoes. And we don't have any men's shoes now. Shows all of the other categories except men's shoes. Doing that with a shortcode can be very tedious. And then we have match categories. So what if we only want to show men's shoes? Right here. Men's shoes only, and we have those shown right here for you. Let's go ahead and We have the tag filter rules, so we can match tags and exclude tags. And then we can go ahead and search for our tags and do the same thing we did with the categories. The offset, so number of posts to display or pass over. So basically, when your query set up, whichever one's the first one or the second one, you can actually set which ones you want to skip over, so that it doesn't show you the first 4. So if you see, for example, we have these first 4 here, and then it starts with these torn blue jeans. If we don't want to show these first 4, but we want to show the rest of them, we can just skip over them just by typing in the number of products beforehand. And we can also exclude certain products. So let's not show these D&K Gray shoes. So let's go ahead and type these in and remove it. Completely removed from the front end of the website so that we don't have to show that. And if you're displaying this on a single product page, which you're able to do, you can actually exclude the product that's currently being shown on the page. So if you're doing a men's category and you're on these blue sports shoes, and you of course showing these blue sports shoes inside of this product list underneath of the page, you can actually exclude this current product so that it doesn't show this twice on the page. Underneath of the advanced section, we have some more options. We can filter this by featured and by sale. So if it's featured, meaning if you have the featured box checked on the product, then it will filter it by that. And you can actually filter them by sales too, if you have them on sale. We can order them by the date that they were published, the title, the price, how popular they are, the ratings that they have, random, or in menu order, which if you're familiar with the menu order, you can actually manually set the order that your products will show in your shop on the back end of your product page. So right now we have it by date, so we have it by the newest published first all the way down to the oldest, and we can do it by title. So if we do it by title, we have this by descending, so it starts with the Y first, and if we go ascending, we'll start with A, B, and then keep going down such as that. Let's go to the content section. So for the content, we have all of the abilities to show and hide all of this meta down here. We can turn off all of the title, ratings, price, and category if we want to have like a more minimal feel. And then we have the add to cart that we can remove or add if we don't want them to be able to add it to their cart. So we have a more minimal feel right here where it's not including any information, but they can still see the pictures and still do a quick view if they want to. And then of course we have all the options to turn everything on, such as the titles, the reviews, the price, and even a short description. By default this is off because there's a lot of information. Depending on how short your short description is, then that will depend on how long these are right here. So with that turned on, it does get a little bit lengthy, but if you want to show this information to your clients, then it's a great way to go ahead and do that. Sale flash. Alright, so this right here is the sale flash and allows us to go ahead and let users know that this product is on sale. From there, we can turn this on or off so that we don't have to tell them it's on sale or not. And then the flash content allows us to have default, so it's sale. Or you can have this as a custom string. Right now it's set to the value of how much it's on sale for, and then the percentage afterwards. But you can change this to be whatever you want it to be. It doesn't have to be the value, it doesn't have to be the word sale. It could be get now. So there's a lot of different things that you can change here. So for example, if you're translating WooCommerce and for some reason you can't get that part translated, you can always do that. If you can always put different things if you're going to be buy now. You can do things like this. So there's a lot of different options for the flash, for the sale flash. The quick view, we can go ahead and add options to hide or show. Right now it's shown. And if we click hide, it will no longer be there. The pagination. So right now we have no pagination, so they won't be able to to page over to another one after the 8 have shown. So let's go ahead and turn that on with just numbers only. So you can see that we have 4 pages of products. We can left, center, or right align this. So let's go ahead and keep that center just for sake. And then we also have an option for numbers and pre-indexed arrows. So we have the arrows here that they can merge over to one page at a time, or they can just click the numbers here. And you can change those here if you desire. Then we have some helpful information that can go ahead and get you started with this. If you have any questions about it, you can go ahead and click on any of these links, and it'll take you to our documentation where you can learn a little bit more. Okay, so this was the grid. Let's go ahead and set up a carousel. Carousels are fun. The slider. So we have the option to show the navigation, the arrows and dots, which are the arrows on the left and the right, and then the dots at the bottom. We could just have arrows only, dots only, or we could just have nothing right here. Let's go ahead and total products. So the total products is going to be set here. So we can increase this or decrease this as much as we want. So 4 products, if we do 5 products, it'll go on to the next one, so on and so on. How many products we want to show, which is the same thing as the columns inside of the grid. We can show 3 products, we can show 5 products, however many products we want to show for that. How many products do we want to scroll? So when we click this, how many products to scroll? If you want to show 1 product at a time, you can do that. You can also match the amount of products that you're showing to the amount of products that you're scrolling. So if you click 5, when you click this next button, it's going to move over 5. So we have the earrings here. It's going to set over so it just skips right over top of the earrings. If we have this on autoplay, it's going to automatically transition for us. And then it's going to do every so often that you choose here. It's basically 5,000 is going to be 5 seconds. So basically take the first number, and that's going to be your seconds if you have 3 zeros following. We can have it so that we can pause and hover, so that when we're hovering over top of this, we don't want it to necessarily move while someone's trying to add it to their cart or do a quick view. So if we have this pause and hover, then it allows us to go ahead and stop this carousel from moving while someone's trying to add it to their cart. If we turn it off and we have somebody that's going to go do a quick view right here, and then they click the wrong product, and it just could be terrible interface for your client. The transition speed, so if you want this to be faster or slower, we can go ahead and do that. So if we have 2,000 second transition speed, it's going to be more of a very slow sliding transition, just like this. So it all depends on how you want your interface for your website to be. For the slider options with the queries, we have all of the same for the queries right here. For the content, we have the same thing. We could turn off descriptions, price, ratings. Sale flash, we have the same options here. So these sale flashes right here that you see, we can turn that on and off. And quick view, we can go ahead and show and hide that as we need. Let's go ahead and style some of these up. So basically for our site, we have more of a darker theme site. So let's go ahead and match that to the grid that we have here. So underneath of style, we have layout, which gives us a few options. The columns gap, which is going to be in between each of these products. We can increase this or decrease this however much we wish. So if we wanted more minimal and closer feel for the products, we can go 0. And we can go back to our stock, which is 20 right here. And then we can actually increase these more if we want to do so. We have the same thing for the row gap. So we have 2 rows here. And if we feel that this is going to be too close together, we can go ahead and increase these. Or decrease these if we want them to be even closer together. By default, 35. Box shadow. We have the abilities to turn on box shadow for each of these products right here. We can go ahead and make it very, very small so that you can barely even see it here. Something like that is a nice touch. Something very minimal, being able to just subtly see that. That combined with a border always does a great job right here. Something along those lines. Always has a great touch to do something like that. There we go. Something along those lines. So we have the border options, the box shadow options, and of course the width for the border, and then the color as well. For the images, right now when we hover over the image, nothing happens. But if we want this to be more interactive, we can either have it swap images with more images that you've added to the actual product. So you can see that here in action. Or we can actually have a zoom the image, so it'll just get a little bit closer and a little bit bigger, which is always great. A little bit of interaction, animation with the products is always a fun thing to add. For the content, which is all down here, we have the abilities to left, center, and right align this. So right now, center looks pretty good. I like the way that that's centered around it. We have the option to do spacing around content, and to do that, I'm going to show you in the left align mode. So we have this spacing over here to the left, top, right, and to the bottom. Let's go ahead and turn all that off. Let's go ahead and add some spacing to the top. And we'll add just a little bit of spacing to the left. So this gives us a more intimate feel for showing the information for our products. The content background color, so all of this background, right now it's set to white. So let's go ahead and we can change this to a black. Or we can do a lighter color, whatever we choose to be for that. For the category, we have the options. So right here where it says men's jeans, we can change the color, the typography, and the spacing from the other words. So the color, let's go ahead and make this a darker color. For the typography, we can go ahead and change this to be a thicker weight. Well, it doesn't look as good. We can go ahead and change it to be a transform uppercase, all lowercase, things of that nature. So we can go ahead and change that. Style, we can make it italic. And then we have all of those other options for line height, letter spacing, things of that nature. Then we also have the spacing option, which allows us to space it away from the title so that we can isolate it more so people can actually see that. Otherwise, if we have it up too close, they might think it's combined with the title. So if we space it apart just a little bit, maybe our users will be able to tell that it's not part of the title. Speaking of the title, let's go ahead and customize that. We have the same options, color, typography, and spacing. So if we change this to black, we have our typography here. We can go ahead and change all of the weight, transformation, things of that nature. And then the spacing below. So if we go ahead and change the spacing below, we can put it a little bit further away from our review system. Or bring it really close. For our rating system, we have color and spacing. Since they are icons, we cannot change the typography of them. So we'll go ahead and do this. We can make them the classic yellow if we want to. We can go ahead and do that. And then we have our spacing so that we can put our price a little bit lower if we want to, which I do. Then we have our price, which we can go ahead and add here. We can make our price green if we want. Change the typography, and then of course the spacing for below that. We can go ahead and change that as well. There we go. Product actions. So normal and hover. So basically our product for our text color, we can change that here. The actions right here. So right now they're default to black. And then when we hover, they are green. So let's change that. We want to keep it black when we're on it. And then when we hover over it, we can actually change the background color. So if we want this to be inversed, we can do a white on black scenario. And then for hover, we can flip that so we can have a black on white scenario. Just like that. And then we have some more styling for our sail flash. So you can see that right now we have 3 sail flashes up here. Let's match this to our style. So right now we have circle, square, and custom. We make it a circle. It's going to be a circle, and we can go ahead and change the sizes of it. So we can do something along those lines here. We have the square, and then we have custom. So the custom allows us to add specific padding and specific rounded corners to the sail flash. Let's make this circle, and then we can go ahead and do this. So from custom, let's go ahead and make this completely rounded. The padding, we're going to keep that the same, but I'll show you what it looks like. So if we increase the padding over here, we can have something along the lines of this. And then we can go ahead and have something a little bit more prominent and over to the right. We can go and change that back to default. We have the margins. So the margins here, we can go ahead and turn this off, and we can see that we can raise this up some. And we can also go ahead and move this over some as well. So we can have those in the top left-hand corner for our clients to see. So it shows more of the product, but they still know what's on sale. The color is going to be the text color. We're going to go ahead and leave that white. Background color, let's go ahead and change that to black to match the rest of the site. And our typography, we have all of those options for the font family, the size. So we can go ahead and change the size of it. We have the weight, transformation, style, all of these different options that we have in all of the other sections. For the quick view, we can change the color for the text and the background color. And I will go ahead and show you guys what that looks like in just a bit. Underneath of the pagination, so if we go down here, it's all green. So let's go ahead and change this to match. Let's do black, and we'll do a border color of black as well. And then of course, the background color, when it's selected, of black right here. Our hover color, let's go ahead and change this to background hover color of black. Just like so. So when we hover over top of it, it turns black, and then the text can turn white. If we had it set to a different color, then it would change it to that. So we have all of this styled very nicely. And we'll show you what it looked like previously. Right here. Everything's all blacked out, decked out in black. So we have all of this black. But I wanted to make a few optional changes right here. We have the price and the reviews as a different color. So this is a very great way to show all of your products, no matter what products you want to show. Certain products, featured products, things of that nature. You can always show those products very easily. No more short codes. We don't have to do the Google search, and we don't have to go here and find more short codes. Find out what it is. We're not able to change the flash. We're not able to change the sale. We can't change those words. We want to be able to change those because we want to tailor this custom to each of our clients, and being able to do this. And showing featured products and showing 8 products on one page is not the limit. You can actually go ahead and replace your entire shop page with this. So if you make your shop page, add this element into it and show all products instead of just showing, so you show all your products here, and then you don't have to have a limit here for your products. You can just turn that off, and it's going to show all of your products here for all of your customers to see. You don't have to use this for featured sections or single products. This is a great way to replace your entire shop page so that you can go ahead and style your shop page with banners and things of that nature, where WooCommerce and themes usually don't allow you to style. It's a great expansion on WooCommerce and for your website that you're going to be building for your clients. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications by clicking on the bell. And we will see you guys at the next video. Thanks.